Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of Into the Void! This is a game between Ace and HERTZ on Vaani Research Station. In the bottom side of the map, we have the red Zerg player, it is Ace. And in the top side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player, it is HERTZ, representing PSL. Did forget to mention the Zerg is represented by TC09, or a piece of cheese. Swiss cheese, by the look of it. Alright, so I'm going to experiment a little bit here with doing 2 Into the Void casts every single week and 2 Mid-Rank Madness casts every single week as well. So we're going to kind of spread those out. Those of you who enjoy our weekly casts will now get double the action, which means I'll be casting more. So again, if you'd like to submit a replay to Into the Void, which is our weekly examination of Bronze and Silver League gameplay, you can do so to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Into the Void. I'll take a look at those, I'll send it to my screeners, I'll choose the very best ones, and I will cast them. So this is a Silver versus Silver replay that was sent to me at that email address. So we'll see how these players go. The person who sent it to me did send a bit of a description. Not enough to spoil the outcome, but should be very exciting nonetheless. Forge first. Well, Forge second here from HERTZ. So planning something to do with cannons. Cannons are pretty good at the low levels. You notice your opponents don't quite know what to do with them. They attack air, they attack ground, they detect. They're just kind of an all-around great unit building construction thing there. Hatch first out of Ace. Very brave. Hatch first extractor pool from our Zerg player. Second extractor on the way. Oh, now usually if this is a pro player, I'd say they have something planned for that extra gas. But at these levels, sometimes this extra gas just gets harvested and you get a huge bank of gas and nothing ever really comes of it. So we'll see if Ace has a plan for it or not. If you're going second gas, it usually means you're going to be doing a 2-base muta type thing. But yeah, look at that timing too. Immediately saturating that. Could be a Roach Ravager kind of a thing, but again, you don't need that much gas really this early to do that. The important thing for Zerg, pro tip of the day from Falcon Paladin, is you want to get as many minerals as possible in the early game so you can get your worker count up to where you want it, and then you can start teching, and then you can start making huge armies. To this point, you want to make as few units as you can, and as many drones as you can, which just means as many minerals coming in as you can manage. So, again, if there's a plan for this, then Ace, you know what you're doing, but if not, we just see this mineral count creep up and up and up, or this gas count creep up and up, then maybe there's something that needs to be fixed. Expansion on the way from HERTZ, so not one base in it, which is good. And Pylon there, Zealot holding the... Well, I mean, I think he's locked out. I don't think that Zealot can get back in. He just got locked out by... I mean, the Pylon didn't really even help. It's this Forge Cannon Gateway Pylon wall that is completely solid. Cybercore coming up behind that, so HERTZ is ready, man. HERTZ is ready for anything. To get anybody out of here, he's going to have to kill one of these, this Pylon or his Forge. Probably the Pylon, I'd have to say. Canceling... He tossed something down there. Gateway. Man, he's really worried about Ling attacks. And Ace isn't really particularly planning on that. Double Evolution Chamber, though. That's fun. Okay, I'm a fan of that. So double Evolution Chamber. That you do need a lot of gas for double Evolution Chamber. So let's see if we get some upgrades started here. Production tab's completely blank. So, no, it doesn't look like he is. He might be trying to expand at this gold base, though. Is that what you're doing? He is. And look at that. Sending the drone out before he gets 300 minerals. So when the drone arrives, he has 300. Bam. Ace. Ace, you're going to get out of silver soon. I feel like your mechanics are good. They definitely are. Protoss players kind of all over the place a little bit. I mean, does have the expansion, which is nice, but this full wall off is just unnecessary. Honestly, Stargate coming in, though. I do like Stargate openings against Zerg. Oracles can be very good. Phoenix can be very good as well, but those do require a lot of attention to detail and micro power, which not often present in these lower level games. Some Drop Lord action would be really good from Ace, actually. There is nothing to stop Lings from just destroying this mineral line, if that's what he wants to do. But comes right up this ramp, and nope, gets out of there. Gets out of there, see? Ace. Decision-making A+ at this point. See, a lower level player, like a bronze level player at this point, would have gone up this ramp, gotten murdered by this cannon and these 2 Lings, these 2 Zealots, and lost all of these Lings, and then been very sad about it. But instead, the Lings are still alive, which is nice. They'll have speed. They'll have +1/+1 on the way. The Evolution Chambers did start to get being used by Ace here. Having a hard time making workers. Again, always make drones, always make probes. At these lower levels, just always make them. Remember, just do it. Do it. Make overlords, make pylons, don't get supply blocked. Those are the 2 things you really need to do at StarCraft at these lower levels to get promoted, in my opinion. Warp Gate research on the way for HERTZ, so not skipping anything important. +1 attack coming up as well, and he is making a Phoenix, so Phoenix play out of HERTZ could be a little bit sketchy. Again, we'll see how that works out, though. We'll see if it's something that he has practiced and he knows what he's doing with it. Lair gonna finish on up here. Overlord here does have the Drop Lord ability, but again, not being used. Phoenix shooing away the slower Lord. Ling's coming around to make sure the gold base hasn't been taken by HERTZ. It has not. So good job checking that from Ace. Photon Overcharge come up as well. Yeah, who got the kill? Pylon got the kill. Pylon got the Overlord kill here. Ace going for the Hydralisk Den and Aspire at the same time. Sitting on 3 bases here. Has not been bothered whatsoever by the Protoss player, except for in losing a couple Lings at the front door and these 2 Overlords that were scouting. HERTZ basically says, you stay on your side of the map, I will leave you alone. And so far he has kept that promise indeed. I'm not sure if he's ever going to move out. I mean, he doesn't have an army. He has 2 Zealots and a Phoenix at the 6-minute mark, which is not ideal. Not ideal composition, to be sure, but he is walled up nicely, so it's difficult to break this with just Lings. But if like Ravager Roach showed up, this would die. This would die so fast. Lings, again, doing nothing whatsoever. A bit of a forward pylon here for HERTZ along the right side of the map, just about even with a single Zalnaga watchtower that is on this particular location. Phoenix just flying around again, looking for stuff on the north side of the map to kill. Glial Reconstitution coming in for Ace. And more workers at the same time. 9 workers, which means he's gonna just try to catch up to the Protoss, actually. Wow, 48 to 30 right now. HERTZ has that lead. Has been droning or probing pretty well. Pretty well indeed, I would say. Hydra's coming in for Ace, getting +1 missile attack. Dark Shrine on the way, and again, also very good at lower levels. Dark Shrine's really great if your opponent doesn't remember detection. And look at this. I don't think there's anything here. No Spore Crawlers. Nope. No Overseers. No. So no detection for Ace. This could be bad. This could be bad for the Zerg player, Protoss player. Really sticking it to him. Or planning on doing so. Anyway, Glial Reconstitution. Pneumatize Carapace for those speedy lords that we like to see so much as well. Getting +1 attack is our Protoss player. Getting speed for the Zealots. I mean, HERTZ is doing pretty well at this point. He's getting a lot of different things. He doesn't have an army, but he's teching up really hard right now, so he should be able to get one at some point. He could warp in some DTs down here. It'd be a 16-second warp in, but it is definitely possible as soon as this Dark Shrine finishes, which is just going to be in a couple of seconds. Lurker Den on the way from Ace. +1 flyer attack. Spore Crawler coming in. Okay, so he is preparing for something. Preparing maybe for those Phoenix. That's what I've always felt like. Is those Phoenix, you get them out and then you want to go DT follow-up, your opponent is going to get some Spore Crawlers to deal with the Phoenix and then just happen by coincidence to have detection when those DTs actually show their heads. So I mean, it's a bit of a problem. Warp Prism coming in on that robotics facility from HERTZ. And then just sitting. All right, HERTZ, you got to do this thing. It is time. It is time to move out. Did send a Phoenix down a little bit and got chased away by all these Hydras, which is bad. Which is bad news. Corruptors on the way from Ace as well. Ace catching up in worker count. It's 48 to 43 Harvesters in favor of the Protoss. Here we go. Here's the slow warping of Dark Templar. Why is it not taking me to where they are? Here they are. Here they are. 16-second warping. And there we go. All right, so 4 DTs. 9 minutes into this game. They're going to try to sneak on over. See what they can murder. Again, no Overseers on the map. Nope, no Overseers, and there are 2 Spores. So a 4th base coming up to the left side. Chink. There's that sound that we all know and love. More DTs coming in. Just going DT. Not even really a DT rush. It's like a 9-minute DT attack off of 2 bases and 2,800 minerals in the bank. DT's coming down. Hey, look, there's a base here you can kill. You could totally get this base. I don't know where you guys are going. I don't know why you're ignoring the fact that there's a base here. Oh, there's an Overseer. Ace does have an Overseer now. Okay, good. Good. That will help him immensely. So these DTs actually doing stuff. Going to try to sneak on up. Look at all these DTs, though, coming to all the bases simultaneously. Get the Spore Crawler. Get the Spore Crawler. Does not get the Spore Crawler. And as a result, it's going to get some kills here. But these Hydras absolutely eat DTs for breakfast. Goodbye, DTs. Oh, this one does manage to survive, getting into the natural base. Overseer coming over. Where's the Overseer? There it is. There's the Overseer, and DT gets cleaned on out. So not looking good. Not looking good for a Protoss player whatsoever. DT's trying to take down this 4th base. Can they get it before the Overseer shows up? The answer is going to be no. As they get destroyed, 4 more DTs showing up at this 3rd gold base, chasing after the Queen, wasting some precious seconds chasing the Queen. They do get her. And now going after drones. Excellent decision here, going after drones instead of going for the hatch. There we go. Guaranteed damage on those drones, and then you go for the hatch if you have time. And nope, getting distracted by these lings. They might have gotten the hatch this time, but instead they got distracted by the lings, and everybody shows up. And more DTs have been murdered. So resources lost here. Protoss has lost quite a bit. About 3,000 resources compared to about 1,800 for the Zerg. And taking down that right side pylon where all those warpins were. You got a big Ling Corruptor Hydra army sitting here for Mace. It's 121 to 59 total supply. Where are you going? Where are you going, Ace? Are you going to try to drop in here? I don't know why you're sitting at this gold base location. It's not super useful. Warp Prism sneaking down this left side. Meanwhile, the Zerg player coming up to the front door to say, what up? There are 2 cannons and 2 zealots here still. There's just nothing here. Nothing here for HERTZ. He's just... HERTZ. Oh boy, here goes the Zerg swarm. Lings on the front here getting murdered, but it doesn't matter. The Hydras are doing the true damage behind all of this. Caustic Spray could be used. Could be used from these Corruptors, but instead they're just kind of hanging out, I suppose. Hydra is taking down the Forge. Cannon does manage finally to clean out all of the Zerglings, but Hydras are a much bigger problem. Much bigger problem here. Is there a Photon Overcharge available? No. Corruptors taking down that Mothership core, and Photon Overcharge does come up, but it's too far away. Oh, should have gotten this pylon instead. Hydra's melting away this front door. HERTZ warping in nothing despite the bank, despite the available resources. Dude, make Zealots, make Adepts, make anything. He's focusing on a Zealot warping here at the 3rd base, taking down the Queen. This is turning into something of a tiny little base race, but 24 actually making units in response to the attack is Ace, actually making a bunch of Lings. 3rd base, possibly going to go down here. The upgrades on the Zealots are good. They actually have +2, +1, +1. The 3rd base ends up falling. Well, 4th base ends up falling anyway. The gold base is still around. Regardless, they're getting distracted massively by this Zerg cocoon and decide to move on up. Take out these Lings as well. The Lings with the +1, +1. No, attack. Why are you moving? Alright, so the Zealots do not attack and instead just hold still while they get mercilessly pummeled. Some Mutas here as well. This is turning into a bit of a base race, but once again, I think our Zerg player has a massive advantage. 113 to 70 total supply. Twilight Council falls, Gateways dying, Robotics Facility dying as well. Dark Shrine falling at the same time. 2 Zealots are going to town over here at the gold base. Man, it's a bad time to be a drone at this gold, that's for sure. Zealot hacking away at the Queen. Queen has +1, +1 as well, but the Zealot's going to win that fight for sure. For sure. Spine Crawler trying to come up, but again, Zealot's pretty good at taking down constructing Spine Crawlers. But meanwhile, all of HERTZ's stuff is dying. All of it. Because, again, huge bank not warping in defense. I don't understand HERTZ. I guess that's why HERTZ is in silver. I'd have to assume that is why. Finally, Lings do clean up. Oh, the Zealots. 18 hit points on that hatchery at the gold. It did not die. Did not die. Finally does have some Archon Zealot here, which is a pretty good composition, actually. Not bad. Archon trying to deal with these Mutas by its lonesome. Does have 4 total kills, but does get taken out by the Mutas eventually. They're just too many. Just too many of them. Again, more Zealot Archon would have been just fine in the situation, but the Zerg Swarm comes up, greatly outnumbers the Protoss, who still refuses to warp anything in despite having 3 available warp gates here that are not on cooldown, and is going to pay the price. Pay the price for that one, and that's it. HERTZ leaves the game. Ace is victorious, and Zerg gets the win on our bonus Into the Void this week. So let me know what you think. Do you want to see more Into the Void? I kind of feel like you do. Get a lot of comments requesting it for sure. And it's interesting, right? You see weird stuff you don't see anywhere else. Ace is hanging out, by the way. He doesn't actually want to leave the game, despite the fact that, look at this. Is he still mining? He's transferring workers. What a doof. What a do. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. We're going to go 2 and 2 for at least the next couple weeks and see how the response is to that. But that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another bonus edition of Into the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Broken and ashamed by what you have done. There is no redemption, and so you must run. And it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back until you're made whole. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it on, looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars. You're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, into the void. You go searching into the void. And you're running into the void.